street. Everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Hey! Hey! DW!
Hey!
Whoa!
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Hey! Hey! DW!
Hey!
Whoa!
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Hey! Hey! DW!
Hey!
Whoa!
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day to learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, DW. Hey! Whoa!
Oh, may not be Saturday, but I wanted to do this last night and then I didn't do it because I played Destiny 2 instead. So, we're going to finish Sam Max Season 1. Let's go.
Which is why every citizen will find a complimentary government-issued aerosol can. Wait.
Sorry. Game is too loud.
Get to spraying, America! Let's heat this mother up! This has been an announcement from the President of the United States. What gives, Sam? You missed your cue!
What? Oh, sorry, little buddy-in-chief. I'm still thinking about our last case. The internet said it was working for somebody named Roy G. Biv. Obviously a pseudonym, but for who? Or whom?
We're detectives, Sam, not mind readers. Hey, maybe we should ask Hugh Bliss.
Mind readers. That's it. No, that's not it.
By the way, have you seen my copy of Emetics, the Handbook for Multicolored Happiness by Hugh Bliss?
Colors. No, think, Max, think.
Well, I know I had it this morning.
That's it. Morning. In the ancient tongue of the mud-worshipping Kapalahotep tribe of the Serengeti, our word morning means he who destroys the hypnotic Rainbow Man. That's the word he fears the most. So this Roy G. Biv is the one person we've met who's never said the word morning. And that means it's the Commissioner.
The Commissioner? I never did trust him.
No, Chowderhead. It's Hugh Bliss.
Never!
What? Oh, no, Commissioner. I didn't mean... Look, I need you to put out an APB on Hugh Bliss. Stat. By the Greek goddess Selene in a chariot with dual overhead cams and silver fox mud flaps. We're on our way. Let's go, Max. The Commissioner said that Hugh Bliss is currently staying at his exclusive prismatology retreat, the Blister of Tranquility.
Oh boy! I bet it's somewhere really cool and exotic, like a remote island in the South Pacific, or Des Moines.
Even farther.
Des Moines!
We're going to the moon.
Oh, sorry. Alright, here we go. We're going to the moon.
Oh, feels good to be back on the moon, doesn't it?
We made good time, too. We've still got plenty of generic brand powdered orange-flavored drink mix left.
You always did know how not to infringe on a registered trademark, little buddy.
What are we doing first, Sam?
Let's locate the Blister of Tranquility, find out what Hugh Bliss is up to, and arrest his unprincipled magical butt.
Is that a visitor center?
How does it do that when there's no wind on the moon?
Where are we headed now, Sam?
Let's stay here a while longer.
We don't need to leave yet.
It's a lunar lander.
So is my Aunt Tilly, but they can't prove anything.
What? Also Nixon Ag here, Jesus.
The door's locked. Hey, the keys are locked inside.
So many of us are like that.
Oh, I haven't turned down the music. So I was like, why is the... There we go. God.
Lunar lander.
Oh, thanks, game.
It looks cleaner from far away. Lovely shirt.
Can I get one, Sam? Can I?
You don't wear shirts, Max.
I can still accumulate them, can't I?
Yeah, that's not really what they're for. Mysteries of the Moon, Face of the Moon, Shock, Denial, Anger, Depression, Acceptance. I'll see you on the dark side.
What's supposed to go here?
These hypnotic goggles were an early prototype of the Hypnobeam technology currently being used to further the worldwide goals of prismatology.
Wow! Invisible goggles!
The goggles were stolen a few months ago. Honestly, some people will take anything that's not bolted to the floor.
I would say those are the goggles from the first... Yeah, from Brady Culture from the first episode.
What's this?
Looks like a bent spoon with some peanut butter on it.
The power to bend and rebend spoons, stored within this completely indestructible magical talisman, was among the first mental abilities to be developed and popularized by Hugh Bliss.
Big deal. I can bend spoons with my bare hands. One question. Would it work on wrenches?
Yeah, a wrench is close enough.
Interesting.
Ah, you made me forget where I was. Let's see, indestructible magical talisman. Oh yeah, the virtually indestructible display case is a triumph of modern prismatological science.
Virtually indestructible?
Extensive testing has been done on the case, showing it to be impervious to bullets, acid, high falls, crushing force, sonic weaponry, diamond-tipped drills, hurricanes, poisons, cynicism, and liquid nitrogen. Don't touch it. You might break it.
Oops, it's not held down very securely.
Nice.
That's where the spoon-bending talisman thingy is supposed to go.
Cubus's master plan.
What's with the chart?
I bet it shows how Justin Timberlake is descended from the moon people.
This chart outlines Hugh Bliss's ingenious master plan to hypnotize everyone on Earth through connections with the U.S. government, the internet, and the toy mafia.
Well, I was close.
Weren't you in charge of the toy mafia?
You're right, I was. I wonder why I didn't know anything about this at the time.
Apparently, Hugh Bliss was using hypnotic teddy bears, a hypnotic computer game, a hypnotic presidential dummy, and a host of minions to implement his dastardly plan.
Apparently, we could have come up to the moon and read all about it at any time.
Apparently.
It looks like cheap touristy crap is the same everywhere in the solar system.
Can we get some cheap touristy crap, Sam?
No.
Alas.
What kind of currency do they use on the moon?
Junkets.
How appropriate. Junk. Useless. Spellbinding. Thrilling. Cheap. Useless. Junk.
One moment, please. I'm supposed to frisk everybody when they leave. Just a formality.
Of course.
Oh-ho! What's this? I knew you were up to something. Ruining my career with the toy mafia wasn't enough. Now you want to cost me this job, too?
It must have fallen into my pocket while I was looking at your beautiful ceiling architecture.
What mafia?
Don't try that again, or I'll have to get ugly.
I guess a lot of people have done it already.
Yes, but I always... Hey!
Never mind.
I could use a hint? Come on,
Well,
Sam.
well. Aren't you Teddy Bear?
Once upon a time, but no longer.
Who are you now?
I've gone back to being Harry Mole Man. Or should I say I've gone forward. Prismatology has
Moon
helped me
Ranger.
find a new me where the old one used to be.
Are you still a notorious criminal?
Or an obscure one, like Kevin Mitnick.
No, I've repostulated my lemma since Prismatology found me. It's the straight and narrow for Harry Mole Man from here on out.
Didn't you explode?
Only in the spiritual sense. Prismatology helped me put Harry Mole Man back together again.
Looks like it may have left out a few pieces by mistake.
You seem shorter than you used to.
I used to use that exoskeleton, but Prismatology has taught me that size doesn't matter. Color does. Harry Mole Man will never be sensitive about being diminutive again.
Or about referring to himself in the third person, apparently.
Well, I guess it's nice to see you again.
Actually, I'm still a little sore that he tried to get you to shoot me last time we saw him.
I'm channeling my saturation towards making amends for my past transgressions. Prismatology has taught me...
Yeah, we get it.
So what are you doing here?
I monitor the visitors center and answer people's questions.
Security guard, huh?
Docent! I'm a docent!
Oh, what?
What sights should we see while we're here on the moon?
Have you seen the lunar lander over there?
We passed by it, yes.
How about the blister of tranquility?
Nope.
Oh, well, goodness. You should definitely see that.
Which way to the blister of tranquility?
Enlightenment is the only way to reach the blister of tranquility.
How about we enlighten your skull a little? Would that work?
The blister is through that little box right over there.
Seen Hugh Bliss around here lately?
To see the master, I need only search my heart.
I meant see him in the traditional fashion.
No, he's usually in the blister these days.
See you later.
We've got important sightseeing to do.
Great!
Oh, I don't have my bug anymore.
Better not.
What am I hitting? Oh, it's a
Oh,
suit.
look, there's a slightly beat-up robotic exoskeleton in the trash.
The past is only useful as fertilizer for the future. Hugh Bliss said that.
It's pretty skanky. I think I'll just leave it alone forever. It's pretty skanky. I
Never
think I'll
die
just-
battery. Hmm. Oh, hi, Chuckles.
Only you can prevent moonfires. No parking between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Warning, wild lunar yaks have been sighted in this area. If you encounter a wild lunar yak, try to make yourself look large, then shriek like a schoolgirl and hightail it for the hills. Buzz, we got tired of waiting, so we went on without you. Meet you back at the orbiter. Dust preservation area. Please stay on marked paths. Picnickers, please do not use craters for waste disposal.
Whoops!
Warning, wild lunar yaks have been... If you encounter and hightail it, no parking between... Hey, Small Worlds. It's our favorite cabinet secretary and Secret Service man, Agent Superball.
Favorite? That'd be like choosing a favorite child, Sam. I love them all.
Didn't I see you last week beating the Secretary of Defense over the head with his own war agenda?
Granted, it's a tough love.
Greetings, newcomers. Blessed be.
So let me guess. You're guarding the door to this retreat.
Affirmative. I have a passion for it, sir, and Hugh Bliss believed in my door guarding abilities when no one else would.
Great story, great story. Okay, let us in.
Negative. Only level red prismatologists may enter Hugh Bliss's magical paradise.
What's a level red prismatologist? Because I'm pretty sure I am one.
Level red is apex of prismatology, sir. You'd have to undergo spectrum analysis to determine your current level.
Spectrum analysis. Is that where you lie perfectly still in a lead coffin while brightly colored cotton swabs are inserted into various orifices?
No, sir. We gave that up in '87. It's much simpler now.
You're studying this prismatology too?
Not studying. I've mastered it.
You mastered prismatology by standing in front of a door?
I am one with the door. We exist in the indigo wavelength of reality. The door is an illusion.
This prismatology nonsense really works for you?
That's right. Happiest I've ever been. Hugh Bliss is great. I'm sorry. I'm gushing.
President Max requires an audience with Hugh Bliss.
I can't let just anyone into the retreat. Orders?
Well, as your president, here's your new order. Move it!
I'm now a citizen of Bliss, sir. I can't let you in.
What about loyalty to your president? Let us in.
Hugh Bliss showed me the folly of independent nations. Plus, the benefits are better. Full medical and dental.
Oh, man.
Yep, we're level red. Let us in.
I'm sure you're mistaken, but we'll run the spectrum analysis anyway. Take this.
A unicorn?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Rub it, sir.
Rub it, Sam.
Harder. Harder. I'm sorry, sir. The unicorn says you're yellow.
No one calls us yeller. Draw, partner.
Level yellow is frankly rather pathetic, sir. Only level reds may enter the retreat. Regulations? However, Hugh Bliss would like you to keep the unicorn as a token of his love. Rub it often to measure your progress towards true bliss.
Oh boy, a pet unicorn! I shall call him Horny.
You do that.
Max.
How does that unicorn work anyway?
By magic, sir.
Right. Either that or it's just a glorified mood ring that reacts to body heat.
A mood horn.
You're not a believer, sir. I could never explain it to you.
Forget the mood horn. Let us in.
Not until you're level red, sir.
So long, Superball. There's nothing behind the curtain.
Hold it.
Hello, Superball. So long, Superball.
So it's an elevator, presumably. Ooh, ooh.
I think that's a satellite. I think that's a satellite.
Thanks, Sam. We need to get in there. We probably do have to just leave, unfortunately.
Where are we headed now, Sam?
Terra Firma.
Why does it have a Canadian, like,
One
maple
way.
leaf?
Good to see the cars just take that.
Well, let's go up to our office first, then we'll come back down. Oh no!
I always suspected Hubert would run off one day. His wanderlust was too great. Looks like the donut mold civilization left us for parts unknown.
I hope it's Alpha Centauri. And look, they left a bear claw.
Roadkill for the month? The endangered Point Arena mountain beaver. Just yards away from a wildlife preserve. Better luck next time, little guy. The first thing Max and I ever bought together. Well, that wasn't loaded anyway.
Sam, without that, we can't watch Colonel Mudshank's monkey party tonight. They were gonna vote somebody out of the monkey house.
It's for the good of the planet. And besides, you had Colonel Mudshanks exiled for treason, remember? I need to get that VCR to either the shop or the Exorcist. Every time I pop in a tape, it demands a blood sacrifice. President Max thought the desk in the Oval Office was too showy. We had to clean out the cabinet to make room for Max's impeachment files. I don't even want to look at that case again. Well, what do you know? The crucial piece of evidence in the Hudson River Merman Strangler case. I'll have to remember to file that once we're done with this case. Well, what do you know? I'll have to remember. Anybody home? Guess not. The fro behind Brady Culture's unfashionable hypnosis plot.
I didn't click on that.
The virtual reality goggles we used to destroy the internet.
Now all those poor bloggers have to stand on street corners telling passing strangers what TV shows they like to watch.
Did you remember to feed Leonard today, Max?
Sure!
Let me rephrase that. What have you been feeding him?
You know, bits of string, leftover screws, random scraps of paper I find lying around the office. This morning I fed him something that said, deed to the United States of America. It looked tasty.
Great.
The bear that terrorized a TV station. Sure, he was a wooden puppet designed to hypnotically enslave the world's populace, but he still seemed like he'd be fun to have a beer with.
Where did the ant form go?
File
Come on.
cabinet or feng shui nightmare?
Uh-oh. Oh no!
I'm worried about Mr. Spatula. He hasn't been home for days. When this case is over, we should start a more fashion-forward news collection. Good for holding up phones, and that's about it. Just me, Max, and the Speed Pickle. The moon was a lot nicer when it was still hard to get to. Hello, Wanda? Sell! Sell!
I didn't know you had a stockbroker.
That's the Sunflower Scout troop I'm sponsoring. Little loafers don't appreciate the gravity of cookie season.
Yo, Jimmy, this is Benny Threenies from Researches and Developments. The boys in the lab says they ain't got nothing that'll get rid of a dog and a bunny all quick and subtle like. Best you can do is rig the answering machine to shock 'em when they's played the Thoit message.
Hello, Mr. President. The Prime Minister of Pipansistan has announced that you have once again dishonored his country, and he demands satisfaction. He'll be waiting, pistols drawn, in the usual place.
Hello, Sam? This is Sybil. I think I'm preggo, and you're the responsible party, see?
Sybil must have a cold or something.
No kidding. Did she say she thought she was a jar of spaghetti sauce?
We played the third message.
Yo, Jimmy, this is Benny Threenies. The boys are getting subtle. Best use...
It didn't work.
We store our waste here for safekeeping.
Unless that was supposed to be the shock.
It's the President's sophisticated budget allocation system. It's the President's sophisticated budget...
Let's go. God darn it.
Never mind. Since Max and I never pay for parking anyway, those things just get in the way. That's why
Jimmy?
Max has been filing all the reports he gets from the EPA. Hi, Jimmy. Up to no good as usual, I see.
Back off, Fuzz. Get your own meter.
I think we already did. The city made us pay for that one when we bent it.
What do you mean we, White Rabbit? That meter's been out of order for years.
Just 'cause it ain't working, that don't mean people don't put money in it.
It's like an HMO.
Oh.
Give it up, Jimmy.
Not a chance.
Since Max and I never pay for parking... Give it up, Jimmy.
No.
President and assistant destroy internet. Assistant? Reality 2.0. Up-and-coming new internet sensation.
The newspapers are always a little behind in their technology coverage.
Hugh Bliss. Best person of the millennium or just the century? Sounds like a fair and balanced expose. President and assistant. Reality 2.0. Up-and-coming new internet sensation.
The newspaper...
Hugh Bliss. Sounds like... Well, I'll be. The gumball machine actually contains gumballs. Every time I look at that, I feel an accident coming on. Well, I'll be...
Let's go see what Boss goes up to this time.
Hey, boss. Oh, dear God.
Didn't I tell you boys not
Oh,
to crack mud in the store? I
no.
just vacuum.
Oh,
Hey, lady, we're looking for Bosco. You know him?
Of course. He's my son.
Your own mother?
Is there no escaping these infernal time travel paradoxes?
Hey, guys, it's me, Bosco.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Mind telling us how you came to be a woman?
Did you use lasers or just do it the old-fashioned way?
Are you
Oh,
sassing me? Boy, I will whoop your behind so hard you won't be able to see straight.
But I don't see out of my behind.
You will after I get through with you.
But who in their right mind would dress up as their own mother?
No one.
Good point.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. Just for that, I'm not gonna tell you why I dressed up as her.
Oh, come on, Bosco. We were only...
You just cost yourself dessert, mister.
So, how are those Bosco Tech breasts holding up?
Oh, these are all natural, honey.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I like 'em bosomy.
Oh, Max, you take after your father.
Okay, you just crossed the line, pal.
Easy, Max. Theoretically, we have even more disturbed people to worry about right now. We want to buy something.
Did you finish all your chores?
Yes.
Okay, you can get one thing. One.
What do you got?
Oh, my little angel made the most precious device. It's called an earthquake maker, and it's just what you think.
A diarrhea-inducing cocktail?
Max, why can't you be more like your brother?
He's not my brother.
Sam, I don't want you hanging around with him. He's a bad influence.
That he is, Mama Bosco. That he is. Knowing you, Bosco, I'm sure it's quite reasonable, but how much for this earthquake maker?
$100 trillion.
100 trillion? You crazy fool!
Look, man, all I know is I keep making up the most ridiculous price I can think of, and you keep paying it. So I ask you, who's the fool?
I mean,
Well,
that's
with
true.
a sales pitch like that, how can we not buy it?
Remember, no earthquakes in the house.
One earthquake maker, barkeep.
That'll be 100 trillion, please.
Nyeh.
If you keep making that face, it's gonna stay that way.
But my face is always like this.
See what I mean?
Do you have any completed artificial personality disorder symptoms forms?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that really would have come in handy earlier. Do you have any video of a chicken eating cow manure for laughs?
Mm-hmm.
What? No way.
Do you have any global meatball sandwich positioning systems?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Do you have any 3-foot by 2-foot cue cards that say "Don't vote for me"?
Mm-hmm.
What? I can't believe this!
Do you have any instant win cheat codes for Reality 2.0?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why didn't we ask before?
Do you have Hugh Bliss tied up back there? Hey, I was on a roll. Do you have any... Never mind. You know, Bosco, we've collected some pretty valuable merchandise on our travels.
And we have the sneaking suspicion you've got a little extra spending money.
So how'd you like to buy something from us for a change?
Okay. Do you have any copies of the uncensored 1982 Armando Santi lookalike contest on Betamax?
Nope.
Oh, well, that's the only thing I really need, honey.
Well then.
See you later, Bosco's mom.
Go clean your office. It's a pigsty.
Zazzle and Fib.
It's getting hard to find copyrightable character names these days.
Pointless puzzles.
Probably about adventure games.
Oof.
Judge and jury.
It's getting hard to find copyrightable character names these days.
Hey, scratch and sniff lottery tickets. Damn the paparazzi. A much better deal than his half off if you pay twice promotion. Yep, still a garbage can. I'm entranced by the gentle oscillation of the hot weenies. Big smokes guarantee the biggest tumors. Time flies when you're saving the world. Never mind. Chimps.
80% crushed.
What?
That coffee takes me back to that time we were in France. behind enemy lines, crawling through miles of neck-deep black sludge.
And what was the name of that enemy interrogator?
Jean-Luc. Sludgies. This week's flavors, castor oil and Brussels sprouts. The latest in making stuff hot technology. Nachos. So tasty you'll almost believe it's real food. Oldest marketing trick in the book. The 3 essential food groups. Sunday, we're gonna get that baby back up to extreme.
Ooh, fun.
So yeah, more new jokes for this one.
That's cute. Max couldn't help but write his name in the snow. I hear Bosco's got the second largest tongue collection in the greater metro area. Guaranteed to contain at least 10% actual juice.
I like that the subtitles indicate it is JOOS juice. Coelacanth, whatever how they pronounce that. The other endangered meat. Wow. So presumably we can use the hangar to get into the lunar lander. At least one would expect. Queen. Alright.
Dead end. Just think, Lefty never would have had to set up shop here if his car just had a reverse gear. Sunday at the Terror Dome. Big Spanky Devlin makes a death-defying leap over 12 flaming school buses filled with robotic sharks. He beat your record, Max.
Yeah, but he uses a motorcycle.
Lost cat, Musty.
Sybil has the worst luck with pets.
She's behind that desk all day. She never gets a chance to walk 'em.
Oh.
Toast, the musical.
I heard Keanu Reeves was good in that.
You know, I really believed he was a toast. Impeach President Max. U.S. out of the Dakotas. Impeach President... Secret serve ice cream? I don't think that's fooling anyone.
Ooh, ice cream? I want some!
Lefty's is empty again.
Except for the lingering stench, of course.
I hope he remembered to put enough postage on all those presidential pardons. Liver and onions have been headed towards a nasty breakup for years.
Boxing. Alright, let's go into Sybil's. Oh dear.
He's got the glassy-eyed glare of a prismatology inductee. The rare Yukon ice cactus.
Oh dear.
Relax, eh? Sorry, too busy. The rare Yukon... A tiki, which in the ancient language of the Canadians means, look at me, I'm just ahead. All we need is a tattoo of a snake eating a porcupine while saying, I love you, Mom. Every time this blows my fur, I have a strange urge to schedule a glamour photo shoot. A tiki. These must be Canadian newspapers. I never realized how boring newspapers would be without guns. These must be Canadian news... I never... Diploma Mill College. Try our new drive-through postdoctorate program. Reassuringly unreassuring. Somewhere a cloth car is missing a bumper. Nothing special. Nothing special.
Moose butt 2-4.
My nose is already sufficiently blown.
Along with your chance to take Melanie Prendergast to the prom. But who's counting?
Wow, Max.
I once waited in line for 12 hours just to see him roar. It's locked. What a senseless waste. Her Royal Majesty, Sybil Pandemic. Knudden's Balls. It's probably a direct line to the highest offices of power in Ottawa.
Probably.
Hiya, Sybil.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Max. But we prefer to be addressed by our official title.
Is Sybil hearing the voices again? The people! The people!
You feeling all right, Sybil?
You bet we are. We just got the best job ever. We are the Queen of Canada.
I always thought Rush was the Queen of Canada.
Queen of Canada? How'd you land that gig?
Did you find half of an old locket dripping with syrup and bacon grease, hinting at a long-forgotten lineage?
Nothing that interesting, we're afraid. We answered a classified ad.
Yeah, the Canadians are practical that way.
They've been looking for a figurehead to give the country a little bit more class. They said we were the perfect candidate.
But Canada has a queen.
You're not even Canadian, are you?
Heck no. But we took 2 quarters of French in college, and we spell color with a U.
If not knowing how to spell is enough to become royalty, I could become President of the United States!
You are President of the United States, Max.
By God, you're right, Sam! How come I'm not bombing anything right now?
Hopefully they don't
Plus,
run
we
away.
were
I
the
just want to get a
only
blanket.
candidate.
It's a little cold.
Need any help with your monarchy?
We could be freelance Mounties!
Ooh.
Thanks for the offer, guys, but we've got things under control for now. You're helping a lot just by
Oh,
not
hi,
making
Sal.
any of the obvious
Hi,
Canada
Elbeck.
jokes.
Who would make obvious jokes, eh?
Yes, Sybil. That's just not what we're about. If you're Queen of Canada, how come you're still down here in the States?
Are you kidding? It's freezing up there. We love our country, but we've got to draw the line somewhere.
I mean, it must be intentional. But what a joke to not reference the fact that Canada has a queen.
What kind of stuff does the Queen of Canada do, anyway?
It's mostly promotional. We throw out the first puck in hockey games, that kind of thing. This afternoon, we've got to go pose for money.
Sam, how come I don't get to pose for...
We already talked about this, Max. Your gruesome head frightens shopkeepers and plays havoc with ATMs.
Our most important job is to look for ways to
Yeah,
spruce up the
Canada loves
country.
their queen. Yeah, I know. Look, if you want to become a Canadian citizen, you don't swear an oath of loyalty to Canada. You swear an oath of loyalty to the Queen. As I also said, time to find out about the evil within the season. Yeah, we already know. They did say in the opening cutscene, in a hilarious, like, you know, spruce up Canada also.
How can you possibly spruce up Canada? It's a paradise year-round, from the fresh air and great seafood of British Columbia to the bustling metropolises in Ontario and Quebec.
You still have that endorsement with the tourism board?
Every little bit helps make ends meet, Max, with the rate you go through new shoes.
I didn't complain when you were teething, Sam.
Maybe Civil is the evil within Canada, yeah. Wish Fiona would stop talking about the Queen sometimes, though. Yeah, she just goes on and on, right? She's got the dual Queen subjectness.
Have you come up with any brilliant ideas for improving Canada?
Nothing solid yet. We've thought of a new slogan. Canada. It's surprisingly pleasant. But we need something bigger. Something to really put us on the map.
See you later, Your Majesty.
You may go.
Alright, well, we didn't get anything out of that. I feel like Scotland likes that same queen slightly less than Canada does. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Canada doesn't care, whereas Scotland probably has more of an active
Where are we headed now, Sam?
negative opinion.
To the moon, Alice.
I mean, I have talked to Canadians, well, a Canadian. I got into a discussion once with a Canadian where I mentioned, you know, technically the head of state of Canada is the Queen. And they were like, no, it's not. What? We don't have that. And I was like, yes? And they were very adamant that this was not true. And I was just like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like,
Got it.
wow. All right, that's pretty good. Well,
Sam?
I think the controls don't work how they're supposed to.
definitely that's the issue. Oh boy, I get to do it again. Welcome to the moon, by the way. We were up here before.
Sam?
That never gets old.
It doesn't. Okay. So now we have a key. What do we... Oh, okay. Maybe we... Ah, I see. Yeah. I didn't know
That's
we could
quite a
interact
rocket
with
engine.
this.
I don't want to kill Horny.
What?
I don't want to kill Horny.
Okay, but we need to heat him up.
Not happening.
I thought... Oh. Footprint. We gotta put him in the footprint.
Somebody left a footprint here in the dust.
My foot's bigger!
That doesn't actually look
No
like it's
siree.
under the... Okay, so I thought our... So our goal is... That's the moon gift shop, by the way. We have to get into this door. To get into this door, we have to make the unicorn red, which is basically a mood ring. Sam said that he assumes it works. Did you use the antenna on it? The antenna? There's no, I don't know what you mean. And Sam said it basically works like a mood ring. It's based on body heat. The clothes hanger. Yeah, we used the clothes hanger to open the door. That's how we got in there. It was locked. So the clothes hanger's gone now, because now we have the key. Because the key was inside. So I was assuming we need, because it's based on body heat, that we need to heat it up. So I was like, oh, we'll put it under the rocket engine. That'll heat it up. But apparently that's incorrect. And I don't know what else we can even interact with. I mean, this is basically what we got. We got the key, so we can use the lunar lander. Seems like that would be what makes sense to me. Yes, cats. Cats are good. I'm gonna watch this again. Seemed like we have
Sam?
That never...
Let's talk. Oh, right, we had to get this. So maybe we can figure out how to get that.
See you later.
Great!
Nah. They really should work on securing this thing better.
Okay.
I'll need to get the case off it first.
Oh.
Hilarious as it would be to mix up the displays, I've got better things to do.
Like
Well,
what?
we can probably
Shut up, bonehead.
burn off the case with the rocket engine, maybe? But we had to get it out of here first.
I'll need to get the case off it first.
Okay, but... Oh, you cannot use items together in this game. Right.
Here, Max, hold this. I meant in your hands, but whatever.
Alright, that'll work.
One moment, please. Okay, go ahead.
could I have that display case you ate?
Can you wait 12 to 72 hours?
I'd rather not. Never mind.
Max! That was not helpful! Like, what?
Better not.
Man, you're not willing to shoot anyone, Sam.
Nope. It's pretty skanky. I think I'll just leave it alone forever.
Also, here's a weird thing. Why does it make a noise? I don't know what to do with this. We gotta get this. So what do we even have to interact with? We can't do
Somebody
anything
left a
with-
footprint here in the dust.
History is written in pencil. Where are we headed now, Sam?
Home. Hey, Sybil, want to rub my unicorn?
We have people who do that sort of thing for us now.
I'm pretty sure the key only works on the lunar lander.
So? Also, this, I did not remember what the Vasco, whatever you want to call it, disguise is this episode? And the other ones were bad in a... this one is the worst. I was like gonna try and describe. I'm just gonna say this one is the worst. I'm not gonna talk to Bosco again.
I know one way to get horny hot. Success. His little horn's nice and red.
Wow, I can't believe the microwave is a high-level prismatologist. Where are we headed now, Sam?
To the moon.
To the moon, Alice.
You'd think it wouldn't, like, stay warm, but I guess it's fine.
Let us in.
Have you achieved level red yet?
Yes.
I'm utterly flabbergasted, sir. I'd suspect a trick, but surely no level red prismatologist would stoop so low.
We never stoop. We're posture freaks.
Enjoy the retreat, brothers.
Oh.
Sam! Sam! There he is! It's Hugh Bliss!
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, Hugh Bliss. Hi, Hugh Bliss.
I so hope you're enjoying my blister of tranquility. You're all making such great progress unlocking the secrets of prismatology, and I couldn't be more delighted.
Neither could I!
Cool it, Max. You're scaring me more than usual.
I have splendid news! My top secret plan to hypnotize the entire world is nearly complete! Soon, everyone on Earth will become one of us. None shall escape. It'll be fabulous!
You're a good man.
Bravo, bravo.
Outstanding.
The bug is here! Sorry, we don't have the bug with us.
This guy really knows how to work a room!
Keep up the great work, everyone! I'm tickled pink! Ha-ha!
An entire planet of prismatologists! It's like a dream!
The kind of dream where you wake up screaming with a gun in your hand, your pillow torn to shreds, and the upstairs neighbors calling 911.
That's right, the best kind!
P.S. Please don't come into my inner sanctum. Thank you!
Let me get to his inner sanctum. Oh, dear God. Well, it's correct description.
Look, Max, it's the giant stone head of your old opponent, Abraham Lincoln.
Welcome, brethren, to the blister of... Oh, it's you two.
Not so tough without your fancy giant robot body, are ya?
I can still bite off your fluffy little... let me help you, brother, to overcome the orange of confrontation and bathe in the yellow of peace and brotherhood.
Bathe in the yellow? Just what kind of camp is this?
Alright, Max.
Is prismatology teaching you anything?
I'm working to master the miraculous power of gastrokinesis.
You can teleport Cuban dictators?
Well, yes, but now I'm working on gastrokinesis, the ability to make anyone throw up with my mind.
Max and I are always looking for new ways to make people throw up. Teach us.
Please. As it is now, I can make people vomit with every part of my body except my mind.
Well, if you are a true prismatologist, I suppose I'm obliged to help you. But there's a problem. I accidentally swallowed the gastrokinesis talisman.
Sam, is that ironic or sarcastic?
It's pretty damned inconvenient. Can't you make yourself throw up the gastrokinesis talisman?
I haven't thrown up since 1863, right after I gave the Gettysburg Address. I was kind of nervous that day. I didn't have anything prepared.
You're not still bitter about the election, are you?
Or your public humiliation? Or the cruise missile that blew your body to tiny wig bits?
Election? Heck no. Being president is for chumps. Only a grade-A sociopathic masochist would want that thankless job.
Grade A? I'm flattered.
Why the long marble face?
Because you two made me lose something more valuable than an election. My one chance at true love.
This is all happening so fast, I don't know what to say.
Not you, moron. I'm talking about that radiant vision of beauty you had interrupt my family values speech.
You mean Sybil?
Is that her name? Sybil? It's like a chorus of angels.
It's very sibilant.
Aren't you married? What about Mary, your mannish but devoted wife?
Why
What?
don't you find a nice giant statue
Banish?
of her? Settle down and start cranking out little bouncing baby war memorials.
There are none left. Lady Bird Johnson had all graven images of former First Ladies destroyed during the Great Enlightenment of 1963.
Alright.
How can you expect to have a complete relationship with someone when you're, well, missing some key subneck accoutrements?
Sam.
How you gonna make time with the ladies, AL? You're just ahead.
Obviously, you two never read Cosmo.
We can give you Sybil's phone number so you can set up a date.
I haven't dated in over 150 years. I wouldn't know what to say.
Phone, Max.
Hello. If you'd like to make a love connection, press or say hell yeah now.
Just follow my lead, Mr. Lincoln.
Hello?
It's Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, you've got some nerve calling after how you treated me.
Wait, don't hang up. Just relax, baby. Think positive, and Lincoln gonna make it all better.
Well, I do believe in proper relaxation. Maybe you have changed.
Lady, you a stone cold fox. Seriously? All right. Damn!
Oh, well, you're pretty foxy yourself. And I happen to love foxes. All right, maybe I'll give you another chance. If we go out on a date, what do you want to do?
I figure we watch a hockey game, have a couple of beers, get some poutine. You know, the usual.
Oh, Abe, I never knew you had such a deep appreciation for my culture. It all sounds wonderful. Come over as soon as you can.
Was that... Did she actually say yes?
Hello, you just totally scored. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Lincoln.
Oh my gosh, what if she wants to get serious? I can't do this. I'm so nervous, I got butterflies.
I have to ask, where?
Stand back, Max. Wherever they are, I have a feeling they're coming back up.
Oh, I don't feel so good. What if she... and I can't...
Oh, man.
And here I thought our trip to the moon was going to be boring.
Max, be a sport and pick that up for me.
Not a chance.
Hey, Lincoln, can I take this?
I'm not sure why you'd want to use the power of prismatology to make people throw up, but go ahead.
Why did you want it?
More important things to worry about.
Ready for your date, Mr. Lincoln?
Oh, I can't go through with this. It's been too long.
Nonsense. It's just like riding a bike.
A bike that gets really disappointed if you can't keep it upright.
Mr. Spatula, so this is where you've been. We were worried sick. Couldn't you at least have left a note?
Sorry, Sam. He sent us an email. I meant to tell you.
Mr. Spatula. Ooh.
I think that's the biggest, meanest-looking spork I ever saw outside of Chicago. I never understand modern art. Is the rainbow supposed to be going in or coming out?
I think it depends on which way you're facing.
Oh, we don't want to go on the roller coaster ride.
Please keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times or swallow the inevitable gruesome consequences. You must be at least this tall to ride this ride.
Fascist oppressors.
Our ants!
I've never seen ants meditating before.
That's where our ants went.
Isn't that Hubert, Max?
Oh
No way. Too healthy.
my god. He's turned everyone against us.
I'm beginning to think we already know everyone on the moon. How are you, Mr. Featherly?
Oh, for heaven's sake! My name is not Featherly. It's Philo Pennyworth. Featherly is the name of my former television character. Have you no ability to distinguish between fantasy and reality?
Well,
What's so important about that anyway? How's Midtown Cowboys doing these days?
You mean you don't even know? The show was cancelled almost immediately after your first and only appearance. All that flap over the tabloid photos of you two with that alien brought the censors down on us.
You mean Hugh
that
Bliss?
was no alien. It was Hugh Bliss.
The show was ruined, and my career along with it.
Did you know Max is president now?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
How did you happen to get into prismatology? You don't seem like the type.
It's an excellent networking opportunity for an actor.
Yes, this place appears to be littered with Hollywood luminaries.
Ordinarily it is. I believe there's a party at Kevin Bacon's home this evening, so naturally everyone is there.
How come you're not at Kevin Bacon's place?
I'd rather not talk about it. No matter. While I am here, I am learning new skills to broaden my appeal in the entertainment industry.
Like what?
Use your eyes, man!
You're a little snarky for a prismatologist, aren't you?
There are many shades on the rainbow.
What's with the hat?
I'm pursuing new opportunities in the entertainment field.
What are you, pulling rabbits out of it?
Rats! Or at least I'm trying to. Drat.
I gather the rat out of the hat trick isn't going so well?
The principles involved are quite simple. I could even teach them to adult like you.
Now, hold on a minute.
But I'm having trouble getting the rat all the way out. It appears to be stuck.
How long has the rat been stuck in the hat?
You misunderstand. The rat is not actually in the hat. It's stuck somewhere else. The hat is acting as a dimensional portal to wherever the rat happens to be.
Wow. Is it magic or science?
Is there really any difference?
Would you teach me how to pull a rat out of a hat?
Prismatology instructs us to share. But I've simply got to perform the trick successfully myself first. I can't have you scooping me.
No, I guess not. Catch you later, Featherly.
Pennyworth! My name is Pennyworth!
This must go all the way down to the center of the moon.
What's down there?
Looks like nougat. Those must be the restrooms.
Please, those are tint adjustment chambers.
Potato, potato.
I just hope this thing doesn't sing.
Oh, I hope it does, Sam.
Look, Max, it's our obsolete computer pals, the cops.
They don't sound very happy to see us.
You destroyed Reality 2.0.
Destroy! Remember your bliss. Adopt a more positive attitude now.
Is prismatology teaching you anything?
That one's my favorite. It sounds like he's always cursing.
That is because he is.
We're learning the most powerful skill of them all. The power to see within ourselves to become the best we can be.
How does one go about seeing within oneself?
Use of magical quanta required for bootstrap procedure.
Come again?
More machines must learn to look within their leaden shells to find the answers within. One fabulous magical talisman makes it all possible. This week only.
Could we borrow your magical talisman?
Never! We're all powerful! We're sorry, that power is currently in use. We're working hard to create an unbeatable AI. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Like this shark that's sailing in the background. Sailing? Swimming?
What are you computers doing here on the moon?
Prismatology has restored our sense of purpose.
After you destroyed Reality 2.0, we banded together to make a newer, even better game. Coming soon. It will rock your world!
You came to a private retreat on the moon to work on something as insubstantial as a video game?
Not just any game. We are creating the most advanced AI in history.
In a world where two forces battle for domination of a war-torn landscape, only one will draw the line and reign supreme.
Do you get to shoot stuff? It's not a good game until you get to shoot stuff.
Thank you for your feedback. We will incorporate shooting into version 2.0.
Okay, Max and I'll try out this video game of yours.
Prepare to suffer extreme humiliation! The year is 2048. In a post-apocalyptic galaxy run by giant corporations, you are a cybernetically enhanced space marine with no memory of his past. Are you the chosen one foretold by prophecy? Do you have the strength to survive? Tick!
Fear me!
Ah!
Vengeance is mine!
Oh no. I screwed up. That's impressive.
I will destroy you!
Oh, okay. Oh, is it intentionally really bad?
You cannot defeat me!
Actually, I just kinda did.
Yeah, Roar. By your calculations, your chances of winning were 1 in 10
So we're gonna have to let him win.
The sun was in my eyes!
Thank you for playing Tic-Tac-Doom. We'll continue to look within ourselves and improve our award-winning AI to make it even more
Yeah, okay.
It was too short and not hard enough. I want my money back.
Please try again later.
There's a lot of
Hey, cops. We'd like to try out that.
This time you will be annihilated!
Do you have the strength to...
Tic-Tac-Doom! Owned! You will fail! I am invincible! Death to infidels! Get a load of this move! You are destroyed!
Oh, darn. You beat me fair and square. Good game.
I totally beat you guys!
Our journey of personal awareness is now complete.
We have mastered the most advanced artificial intelligence ever created. You suck so bad, LOL!
Let me try, Sam. I know I can take him.
As super sophisticated AI entities...
Rather, speak so that the primitive Earthlings may understand.
Of course. We smart, you dumb. No more need look within self.
Hey, can we take this?
Congratulations! You've won free tickets to self-awareness.
Cool.
Effects are limited to those of plumiest composition.
What did he say?
The amazing ability to see through lead may be inappropriate for some viewers.
Oh. Hey, cops. Let's hear that motivational song of yours again.
Why, Sam? Why?
Ubliss has taught us we no longer need self-reinforcement. We have looked inside ourselves, and we totally rock!
Darn.
What made you turn to prismatology?
It's kind of a long story. That just about sums it up.
It's just like I was there.
How's life on the moon treating you?
A dusty wasteland in the cold of space. A shining oasis in the dark. One brilliant leader. This spring you'll believe in the triumph of the computerized spirit.
Plus we get free snacks. I hunger!
What are you guys going to do once you're done with prismatology?
Online distribution. It's going to be huge.
No, that's true.
What are you guys...
Online.
So long, cops.
End of line.
Hey, Max, is that our bug? Hey, Max, is that our bug?
He still got it.
Thank you!
You're a prismatologist, too?
Yes, I am! I'm so happy I could puke rainbows! Rainbows!
We'll just keep our distance, then.
Aww.
Hello, sir.
Don't bug me!
They have sharks in the Blister of Tranquility?
All devoted practitioners are welcome.
Alright, so what we got? Gastrokinesis and the lead vision. Interesting. Where's Max? Max!
This must go all...
What's down there?
Looks...
I can hear you padding around. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Oh, god darn it. There he goes.
Hey, it's that display case. Thanks, little pal.
Aw, I was saving that!
For what?
It's complicated, but it has to do with my personal vendetta against a certain major coffeehouse chain.
Okay. I guess we can ride the roller coaster, maybe. Kaleidoscope. Oh boy. The sound effects of this are good. Music. Well, I guess we did that. Ah, rainbow elevator.
Well, that's certainly an important looking door. I wonder what's behind it.
Something really secret or something really ugly, I'm guessing.
Or a really ugly secret.
One can only hope.
Looks pretty intimidating.
True, but only in an inanimate object kind of way.
Neat.
Oh. How can we push the big red button? So we need the spoon bending talisman. We need the grab a rat talisman for some reason. SL says, I hate how this game perpetuates the myth that ancient Hugh Bliss statues have haphazardly blended all colors into one and uniformly applied it all over. If the Hugh Bliss statues were actually super garish, like the recreations of the Roman statues, that would be pretty good.
That never gets old.
Oh, goddammit. Pick up the fucking talisman!
Oh boy! It looks like that rocket melted the virtually indestructible case right off the indestructible magic spoon bending talisman.
Did the peanut butter on the spoon survive?
Sorry, little pal.
Alright, now we have a spoon bending talisman. We need to get...
Where are we headed now, Sam?
We need to get Jimmy off the, off the parking meter. So let's try and see if we can do that.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that worked.
Where are we headed now, Sam?
To the moon!
To the moon, Alice.
Ooh. Thanks, Chuckles. I guess Super Bowl Chuckles is different from Super Bowl, isn't it? But... Chuckles was Super Bowl's boss, technically. Where is he? There he is.
How's it going?
Silence! I believe I have finally mastered this pinnacle of prestidigitation, the legendary Rat from the Hat! Hey! I just remembered. I can't stand rats. They're vile vermin.
Smile when you say that, Beaky.
Beaky?
Sheesh. I hate this pull 'em out of the hat business. Next time, I'll find something better to hang on to.
Oh dear no. There won't be a next time. I shall never do this trick again. In fact, I would appreciate it if you would be so good as to remove the hat from my presence.
Sure.
Essel said, what if the Lincoln Memorial got painted like ancient statues? Which is horrifying. And good.
Hey!
Nuh-uh.
Oh, I want to talk to him. What should we use the rat for? So we have all the talismans. So we can see through it with this.
Neat.
We need to... Ta-da.
That's cool, but I hope it didn't hurt the bowling ball.
I'm pretty sure it's fine.
There he is!
Jigs up, you bliss. We've come a long way for this, my friend, so buckle up, because the freelance police are taking you downtown.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
He is.
You're just in time for the show. Please, no flash photography. Ahem. People of Earth. Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss. And now, so are you. Okay.
What have you done?
Oh, just enlisted a few billion followers. Touch me, and you'll have quite a happy, angry mob on your hands.
Not if we...
Reverse the effects of the hypno beam? I don't think so. For in all the universe, there's only one force chaotic and destructive enough to stop me now. But you wouldn't do that, would you, Max?
Who, me? Well, I'm flattered, but...
No, you wouldn't. Because I'm going to... Drum roll, please. Separate your bliss!
Really?
What does that even mean?
It means I chop off every part of you I don't like. It's like circumcision, but double the laughs.
Hey! Wait, what?
Here we go! Goodbye, murderous hand. Goodbye, gluttonous stomach. Goodbye, slothful tail.
Ow!
And with those naughty body parts, your vices are purged from your soul. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the hand, jerkbag! I'm gonna use it to shoot you all! Oh boy, a stomach! Just what I always wanted! Now come here and let me eat you! Great, a tail. I just want to lie in front of a TV till I die in a pool of my own slobber.
Congratulations, Max! I just beat the living vice out of you!
I'm pure bliss. Ah.
Go away, rotten Maxes! I don't like you. Shoo, 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 go away. Now nothing can stop me. I win! Okay, bye now. Oh, yes, my children. Let me soak in your happiness. Oh, yes, more. Oh, yes, so good. Oh my, so happy.
Max, are you okay? Help me grab that ponytail freak show and reverse the effects of the beam.
But Sam, I love that ponytailed freak show. I want to have his love child.
No! Max, I swear to you, I'll get your vices back or kill us both trying.
I love you too.
Wow. Alexa, I prefer neoclassical depictions of like Zeus rather than like Jefferson. Yes. I mean, they're both bad, but one is definitely worse than the other.
I can see the retreat from here. Apparently, Mr. Mindreader has to keep tabs on his followers the old-fashioned way.
What?
Nothing. These crystals must operate something important.
No, I just think they look pretty.
A bit cliché, if you ask me.
What?
Nothing.
Don't worry, people of Earth. I'm working as hard as I can to break the spell and make you all miserable again.
Someone around here's got an incurable case of narcissism.
What?
Nothing. Unfortunately, they appear to be quite indestructible.
This is good writing. Yeah, I like it.
It's too high to reach. Max, I need your help.
Let's go read to the blind, Sam. Can we?
What has he done to you? This prismatology nonsense really gets my blood boiling.
That's from the heat generated by the limitless energy of your imagination.
My limitless imagination is going to cause an aneurysm if you don't stop talking like that, Max. I'd like to give that Hugh Bliss a piece of my mind.
And he would welcome it gladly, except for the hypothalamus. He's already got plenty of those.
If we don't stop Hugh Bliss, the whole world will be filled with peace and love and excessive hugging.
There's no such thing as excessive hugging, Sam.
Obviously, you've never been to a comic book convention.
I was thinking, or met the former CEO of Pixar.
What do you feel like doing once we wrap up this case?
We could plant a tree, or teach a child to read. Or we could teach a tree to read. Yay!
Never mind.
Alright, we gotta go find the Maxes, I think. What happened to that bowling ball? I want that bowling ball back. Current lead at Skydance. Is that where what's his name ended up?
Take that, nitrogen oxygen atmosphere!
I think we found one of your doppelgangers, little pal.
We're all doppelgangers under the skin, Sam.
You there, imposter! My buddy needs his shooting hand back.
No, Sam. I'm a pacifist now.
Oh,
violence is the bugaboo of a small
Great.
imagination.
You'll have to pry this hand from my cold, dead fingers! Eat the fiery lead of my inalienable freedoms!
I think people quit and hired. Well, I'd hope so. You know, if they were able to.
Dang! Darn! I think he's bulletproof. I'm not particularly interested in seeing the contents of his stomach.
No.
I don't think it works on people.
Hey!
Not happening.
Nothing comes to mind immediately for Violent Max here.
Nothing happened.
Goody! Moving target!
So we can't get too close. Okay, let's go see if we can find one of the other ones. Oh, Emma Thompson quit from one of the movies.
Look, Max, it's another one of you. He made it 20 feet from the box before collapsing under the weight of his own laziness.
Ennui is one of the 5 fundamental forces.
No TV? Why even go on? You should all just lie on your faces and wait for death.
It's true. I got nothing. I'm a failure.
I'm on the verge of tears.
This guy's the death of the party. Hey, Pseudomax, how's it going? I need your tail for my little buddy here. How about handing it over?
Nah.
He's heavier than he looks.
Aren't we all?
Nothing happened.
Hey!
Nah. Better not.
Why not?
I don't think it works on people. Nuh-uh.
So he wanted television, I guess. Not sure how we could deal with that.
Earth.
Oh.
Sybil, are you okay? Hugh Bliss shot some kind of weird energy beam all over the planet.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Oh, no!
And I'm perfectly happy, Sam. Oh, and hello, Brother Max. Tangerine dreams and aqua wishes to you this day.
Why, thank you, Sybil. You're looking especially lovely today.
This is horrific! You've got to snap out of it.
Snap out of what, friend Sam? For the first time in my life, I've got a perfect job, a rock-solid relationship, and an incomparable feeling of peace. I've never been so content in all my life.
Don't worry, we'll fix that. This prismatology business is all a lie.
Is pure happiness a lie? Is peace on Earth a hopeless dream? Are unicorns imaginary?
Mostly, probably, and it depends on how far you live from a facility that processes nuclear waste.
Whoops.
Waste. Have you had any new ideas for improving Canada?
With this new feeling of peace and tranquility, I feel like my mind is alive with possibilities. I only wish there was some way to extend this feeling of goodwill and generosity to all countries of the world.
I always suspected that when the world turned nice and pleasant, Canada would be the first to fall. How are things going with you and Mr. Lincoln?
Simply wonderful. Isn't that right, Abraham?
Pretty lady.
He has such a way with words. Quite the smooth talker.
It sounds like Mr. Look at Me, I wrote the Gettysburg Address isn't as good with words as he led us to believe.
Oh, he'll be fine once he's managed to stop hyperventilating.
Mama.
Are you two planning on having kids someday? So long, Sybil. What's up, A.L.? How's the date going?
Oh, thank goodness you two have come.
Why, hello, Mr. Lincoln. You're looking quite distinguished today.
What's wrong with him?
He hasn't been himself lately.
Whatever. You gotta help me with this date.
The honeymoon's already over? What's the problem?
She's really into me.
See there, Abraham? All it took was a little bit of courage.
No, I mean really into me. She's so nice. It's giving me the creeps.
I thought you'd be used to blissed out people after spending so much time at the moon retreat.
Sure, when you're around a bunch of other single guys, that's one thing. But this, what do I do if she wants to get intimate? I'm not cut out for this.
There, Abraham. That's just the yellow of your cowardice speaking.
Seriously, How long is he gonna be like this?
I'm working on it. How did you avoid getting hit by Hugh Bliss's mind-altering happiness ray?
I missed the great blissification? Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have stopped by the gift shop on the way down here.
Do you know how to stop Hugh Bliss's world domination scheme?
Why would I want to stop it? Under Hugh Bliss, all men are created equal. That's kind of my thing.
God.
You and Sybil should think about starting a family.
This is all happening too fast. It's been over 100 years. My stomach's doing backflips. I don't know what women like.
Women like to be treated as equal partners in love and trust. A foundation of honesty that...
Seriously, make him stop talking. I'm nauseated enough as it is.
You're ever the romantic, Mr. Lincoln.
Lucky at uniting a nation on the brink of war. Unlucky in love.
You're ever the romantic. Nothing special. I think it only works on things with...
I guess we should go talk to Bosco, as much as I don't want to. Might be able to get his thing. Also, we still gotta find the stomach max. I don't know where that is.
More juice!
Oh,
More
there we go.
nachos!
Holy heaping helpings of high fructose corn syrup. He's eating everything in sight. Bosco, do not freak out.
Attaboy! Eat up so you'll grow big and strong.
What is the world coming to?
Bosco, pasta knobs!
Aisle 4. Oh my, that one does have an appetite.
At the rate he's going, his stomach won't even fit back inside you.
I've no need for my earthly stomach any longer, Sam. I'm on Hugh Bliss's cleansing fast of lemon, water, and sunshine.
As God is my witness, by the end of this day, you will be eating cocoa nougat butterballs again.
It's beautiful.
Excuse me, Mr. Vice Manifestation.
You look delicious.
Look, pal, I need your stomach so I can put my buddy back together. Hand it over and only one of us gets hurt.
I can't resist the rich, meaty taste of dog and rabbit.
Well, here we are in your stomach. What the hell did I just step in?
I'm enjoying the womb-like meditative quality of the pyloric sphincter.
Darn it. Well, I've still got my magic doohickey. Something tells me
okay.
I'm going to be smelling that for the rest of my life.
I guess that happened.
Hey!
God darn it.
Hey! Hey, what are you doing?
Something smells good.
Hey, are you gonna eat that?
Well, I suppose I could share. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Samini.
Hey, let go!
What's this I see?
Is that my stomach?
Give me that hat.
Hey, I feel all warm inside. Like my belly's a sort of cozy place where flavored popcorn and sugar drinks can meet and mingle.
That's my boy. This prismatology nonsense.
That's from the heat
My limitless... Never mind. Hey, Bosco's mom.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
What? I thought you were Bosco's mom.
Oh, yes, I'm Bosco's mom, Hugh Bliss.
Identity really is a difficult concept. We want to buy something.
Goody!
1 earthquake maker, barkeep.
100 trillion, please.
But Bosco, aren't you feeling generous?
Yes, but I need the money for my poor, sick mother.
Never mind. See you later, whoever you are.
Bye!
Well. At least Sam had the same thought I did. So we have that. We also have to get the maker and the I feel like the earthquake maker might help with the sloth.
Alice. Hi, Harry.
The Blue Rabbit's right. I can't keep a job. My feet stink. Why do I even go on?
Come now, Harry. Give us a little smile.
Leave me alone.
Hi, Harry.
Leave.
Okay then.
Howdy, Superball.
I can't talk now, sir. The blue guy is really getting me down. His supernatural lethargy is crushing my normally unbridled enthusiasm.
But Superball, you seem as chipper as ever.
Thank you, sir. I work hard to put on a happy face, but I'm crying on the inside.
How's about you hand over your tail before...
Some other time. I'm tired.
Weird. I can't budge him.
Goody! Moving target!
Oh, I see. I don't know what this does for us, but it seems useful. Okay, that didn't actually accomplish anything. Oh. I need to bend something to this. That.
Nothing happened.
Or I think we can bend one of these big things to disrupt the path, or I guess we could try and
Goody! Moving target!
okay, get to that. I mean, I don't know what this would do, but there's a head.
I think it only works on things with...
That's what I thought.
Nothing happened.
On the right track by trying it on non-spoons. Oh, right. This is here. There we go. Alright, that should just look for more specific things. only do this if I go up there?
Moving target!
Sure. Perfect.
Odd. All of a sudden, I feel a nearly irrepressible desire to shoot at anything that moves.
That's the spirit. Not me, Knucklehead.
I mean, those are the important ones. Do we need his laziness back?
I'd like to give that Hugh Bliss a piece.
And he would well, except for the...
No.
Oops, I didn't actually want to come in here.
Last known resting place of Lou the Bowling Ball. Earth.
Poor Sam. Max isn't asking where we're going, but he still says it. So I'm assuming we need the earthquake machine. Whatever that may actually be. I thought was we used the spoon bending one, we used the hat. So, I don't know, we haven't used this one.
I'm not particularly interested in seeing the contents of his stomach.
Make him uncomfortable. What else could we use? We have the lead one we haven't used, but I don't know what we would use on here.
Maybe after the case. Chimps. We want to buy something.
Goody!
One earthquake.
100 trillion?
But Bosco.
Yes!
Never mind.
Sick mother. How can we make your mother not sick? It's also nice that there's this is just like set in the evening, so we have slightly different lighting.
Did you remember to feed Leonard today, Max?
Sure!
Our dependable and only slightly haunted VCR. Nothing. Hi, Sybil.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Have you had any new...
With this hundreds of the...
I always... It's probably a... It's locked.
We cannot use it on Abe because he doesn't have a stomach, is what Sam said. Which I guess makes sense, since he had it originally and he couldn't use it on himself. We had to get him to throw it by other ways. I didn't notice the wave before.
Sam?
That never gets old.
Alright, Max still finds that funny.
I'm not particular...
Oh, why not?
Nothing. Guess they don't make those out of lead.
One moment, please. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just have the spoon bending talisman on me, but not in its display case, so it's fine.
I'm not particularly... Hey, Harry, want to rub my unicorn?
No, I'm not that desperate yet.
What a... God.
Nothing doing.
No.
No way.
Sam, you just have to ask everyone if they want to rub your unicorn, regardless.
Better not. Better not. Okay, just kidding. I couldn't shoot Max.
How can I...
How does it... Earth.
Remember what causes the tail to be available, but not how to cause that cause. Alright. I mean, we got a while, and I don't think there's too much after this, so... That's okay for right now. Oh, you didn't want to see him.
I'm not
Remember.
I don't want to try...
That's true. don't know what.
Hey, Bosco's mom.
Hi.
What? But Bosco.
Yes, but I'm...
No.
Bye.
It's the president's sophisticated budget allocation system. I saw what you did. Keep the payments coming and nobody has to find out. Yeah, okay. Love you too, Mom. I saw what you did.
Oh, it's
Hello,
out the
Mr.
window.
President. The dishonest is he'll be. Hello, Mr. President. He'll be.
Hello?
Have a blissful day.
Hello?
Have a bliss.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Anybody home? Guess not. One of these days I've got to remember to clip those nails. Hey Leonard, how's it going?
Oh right, the deed to the United
Hey,
States.
looks like your paperwork finally came through. It's the deed to the United States, and it's still moist. It's the deed to the United States.
Is this worth $100 trillion? The U.S. debt? That doesn't actually make sense. But I was right that we had to use the vomit talisman somewhere for this.
Say, Bosco, how would you like your very own United States?
What's the blue book value on that?
I don't know.
Then cash preferred.
Damn. What is the point of this? I don't know what this is useful for. I remember I forgot. I mean, I had forgotten obviously, but Max does mention that when you ask him what he fed.
Not happening.
Oh.
You look like you're in a shopping mood. Might you be interested in, say, the United States?
Oh, how lovely! We can call it Lower Saskatchewan.
What a perfectly delightful name.
Yeah, all right. How much you willing to spend?
Oh, such a grand country deserves a grand price. We simply refuse to buy it for less than $100 trillion. It's only fair.
We wouldn't hear of it. That's far too much.
I'll handle this, Mr. President. If you insist, Your Highness.
Is cash all right? We've been dying to use the new Canadian $1 trillion notes.
Is that a picture of Celine Dion?
She's a national treasure.
Oh, there we go. Crossover with our Supernatural episode from tonight, from earlier today. There's a cat snoring. Probably can't hear it on stream.
We want to buy something.
Goody!
Here you go, Bosco. 100 trillion in completely non-counterfeit bills.
Let me look at that. Celine Dion. Okay, looks good to me. Here's your earthquake maker.
A remote control? Don't get me wrong, I love TV as much as the next guy, but...
It controls my satellite defense system. Only one button still works, though. Just press it for an earthquake.
And this adheres, I hope, to all reasonable safety guidelines?
Who knows? One more thing. You have to be in range of the satellite for it to work.
All right, where'd you park it?
For some reason, I was suspicious of those blessed people on the moon, so I left it up there. How silly of me.
Gotta use it on the moon. Check.
Thank you, and goodbye, Brother Bosco.
Mm-hmm. It's all coming together. Oh no, it has a Canadian, the Canadian hockey stick seal now on it instead of the presidential seal. And Canadian flags. Oh, wow.
Oh well, at least it's nice looking.
They move fast. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Let's see if I can get any reception for this thing here. Well,
Shame on you, Sam. Someone could have been hurt.
I miss you, little pal.
Hey, he's got his violets back.
I'm afraid I'm going to be needing your tail so I can put my little buddy back together in a Frankenstein-like fashion.
Whatever.
Sam, what are you doing?
Frankenstein-like
You may not
fashion.
want to watch this.
We'll come back to that.
Gee, all of a sudden I feel like
Many
watching
episodes.
TV and eating orange marshmallow peanuts instead of doing anything constructive.
I can't tell you how happy that makes me.
It's so strange. Have I been away, Sam?
In a manner of speaking, Hugh Bliss split you into pieces, so you've kind of been all over the place.
Hugh Bliss. I hate that guy now, with his phony smile and his artificial happy. What do you say we tar and feather that self-righteous jerk?
Good to have you back, little buddy. Time to get ourselves some good old-fashioned payback, and incidentally save the world in the process.
What are we waiting for?
Let's go. Time for a showdown with Hugh Bliss. It's gonna be fabulous.
Hurry, little buddy, get him!
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Stop saying that!
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You little idiot. You ruined my hypno beam. I should have killed you earlier, but what can I say? I'm too nice. That said, die, bunny!
Wrong! What the?
What the?
Hi, we're Hugh Bliss. We are a spacefaring colony of sentient bacteria.
A sentence I really did not expect to hear today.
We cannot be harmed by bullets. We only need one thing, to feed. You see, we feed on the endorphins produced by humans experiencing true bliss.
So, you don't care if people are happy at all. You just want to eat till you drop.
Yes,
Hey, I hear that.
but you want us to starve. And for that, you and I...
In the most fantastic display of illusion ever witnessed!
Hey, gotta look good for the cameras.
What cameras?
Pack your bags, Sam, 'cause you just won an all-expense-paid trip to your grave! And you get to watch him die. Let the magic begin. Ladies and gentlemen, for my first trick I give you the Rainbow Wheel of Death! Yay! Oh, Death! Whoa! Also known as Emetics, the ride!
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Exactly!
Throw some daggers! No, hatchets!
Hey,
Sorry, I got excited.
I've got a better idea. I'll just torture him mercilessly until he begs me to shoot him with his own gun!
I hate Hublis's feet. Oh, what's that?
Evil
I'm beginning to think you met the internet while lurking on alt.spoon.fetish.
Wow.
The guy loves his spoons. The guy loves his spoons. The guy loves his spoons. What is that? I'm stuck.
There definitely is a reference. I don't remember what episode it is, but it's
I'm trapped.
one of the early episodes about where they make a joke about somebody makes a joke about Hublis being a sentient colony of bacteria. There's a lot of stuff in this that's like setting this up, which is very silly and fun.
I bet Willie Mays never caught one while spinning on a wheel of death.
I don't know what this does.
What?
So that's how magicians switch places with people. By magic.
Oh, of course.
In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have left that lying around.
Way to go, Sam! You did it!
Thanks, little buddy. Frankly, I wish it had been a little more challenging. Kind of a letdown.
Excuse me?
Huh?
I think you're forgetting something.
You forget something?
Me? No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
My magic 8-ball told me to bring my antibacterial soap today. Why didn't I listen?
Next off, the #1 magic trick at every Prismatology Surgery party. It's time to separate your bliss!
No, not that.
Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit. Until the saw hits you, then you'll die!
Gruesome. I love it!
Nothing happened.
Swap all you want. It drives the crowd wild. Saw us, Sam! We dare you.
Maybe I will.
You're supposed to saw me, Hugh Bliss! For my next trick, I present to you Ticket to Oblivion.
The lunar lander?
It's the ticket to Oblivion. Enjoy your stay in outer space until you die.
Sam!
Bye. Bye now. Bye.
I'll give the guy one thing. He does put on a good show. I don't think that's gonna work again. I can't do that now. It's a nice place to visit. I can't do that now.
Whoops, I wasn't trying to hit the door.
I can't escape. I can't do that now.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
This is fun. It's okay, everyone. I'm all right.
Oh, you suck!
I heard that. Consider this. A
God!
drop cause you to die.
That is deadly.
It's the cleansing bath of annihilation.
could we skip this one? I kind of have a thing about drowning.
Oh, let me think. No!
Don't drown, Sam!
Thanks, little buddy.
That's such a boring way to die. Try to get cut in half instead.
Thanks, little buddy. He's impervious to gas.
Okay.
Water? Oh me, oh my, whatever will I do? Oh wait! Bacteria can't drown! Whee!
Shut up!
And now, backed by popular demand, it's the Rainbow Wheel of Death!
Alright, we gotta figure out what to do. The time that we have.
Mommy! I want to get off!
Oh no, not one of those 3D images. If God had wanted pictures to be 3D, he wouldn't have made them 2D. He's impervious.
Right.
Evil Chortle!
Obviously we can't shoot him.
Evil Giggle. No. Next up, it just never gets Saw us, Sam!
Take this!
Cut his guts off! Yeah!
Oh no, it hurts! You can't saw bacteria!
Still fun to watch!
Next up, Oblivion. Bye!
I don't remember what to do with this.
It's sealed shut. It's sealed shut.
What do we have with us that we can actually even use? We have this, which doesn't seem useful. This, which isn't useful. Is there anything to...
Nope, not... Nope, not spoony.
I want to bend the saw!
I'm stuck. Nope. I think it only... I can only hold my breath.
9 minutes.
Nope, not.
Ugh. Let me do anything without having to go through this. Okay, ones where we can actually do shit is this one. Are these? But we can't. Like,
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I don't know what we do with it though. Shooting things doesn't help.
Next up.
I'm trapped.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're supposed to.
I don't know. That first step is a doozy. I don't know. I can't do that now. I can't do that now.
We can still give it a little bit, but
Nope, not. I can't do that now.
why not?
I don't think.
Yeah, it's
I
not
can't
gonna do
escape.
anything.
I can only. I can never do. The lunar lander. I mean, the ticket to oblivion. I'm trapped. It's sealed shut. Now's no time for a chat. I think it only works on things.
Use it on yourself. That doesn't help at all.
I can't do that in this predicament.
Evil guffaw!
I can't do that now.
I wasn't trying to walk over there. Fuck! I was just trying to hit my inventory. Fuck off.
Oh no!
Bullets won't hurt bacteria.
No, I know that.
Next up.
I was trying to. Yeah, the fact that you can't really do anything on 2 of these is really annoying. So you have to go through the entire sequence. Oh, I can't break the tank?
Not again.
Okay. I was like, well, maybe I can break the traps one by one. But no. Evidently not. I don't know what... I really don't know what we have that's useful.
I can't do that now.
Why not?
Evil giggle.
Now's no time for...
Next up.
Aha!
What are you doing?
Just seeing what this saw can do.
You dirty mutt! I'm gonna shove that saw up your... Come on, this is a family show. I wouldn't swear. I'll just kill him some other way! Yes, kids, it's your and my favorite.
Okay. We are destroying them maybe one by one somehow. Okay. We just gotta actually figure out how to do that.
The lunar lander. I mean...
Ha! Never mind.
Hey, you Bliss! Separate this!
After I!
Come on down, Max. You just won the grand prize. A drink of our villain.
Hey, you Bliss! See you on the other side!
Well, I can't wait to see the souvenir you keep from this case.
And with my next number 1, I shall give birth to the cult of diuretics!
Which reminds me, we've got to go knock out Whizzer again. And everyone else on Earth for that matter.
Oh yeah! Hey, have you seen my boxing glove? I can't find it anywhere.
This it? I was saving it for a surprise.
You're the best friend I ever had, Sam!
And you're mine, little buddy.
Now, let's go save the world!
We did it. Oh yeah, music.
Stick a fork in, open wide. Everyone is Max inside, full of colorful guts and habits. Cryptic world of cryptic rabbits. Underutilized impulse control. Rabbit rampant junk food. Black hole, loopy cravings. Rigmarole. Feel his giant feet right in your soul. Mania sloth, irreverence, excess. Gluttony, revelry, violence and selfishness. Flags of pure, unfettered, it brashly unfurled. It's a Max, 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 Max world.
When are we gonna get another case, Sam? Surely the local lawbreakers must miss our esoteric brand of personalized criminal justice.
Everyone's a sandwich of naivety and cynicism. Everyone's a salad of disinterested fantasism. Everyone's a walking beaker of potential cataclysm. No, 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 no. Everyone's infected through a protoplasmism. Stick a spork in deep inside. Everyone is maxified by hypnosis. For by nature, what's the difference? Just nomenclature. Shake your friend's adorable paws. Careful of his powerful biting jaws. We're a mix of cop and felon, wearing heads like ripened watermelons. Mania sloth, irreverence, excess, Gluttony, revelry, violence, and selfishness.
This is it. Where's the food? Surely there's a buffet back here.
It's a max, 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 max world.
I have an ongoing project, like a golden calf or a graven image. I'll only rest once people are sacrificing their firstborn unto me. Also, I'd like to direct.
Ow!
Reality is tenuously tied up like a sagging war. Morality in motion like a squirmy burlap bag of dwarfs. Formality's impossible when all of us are lagomorphs. Lagomorpho, what the hell's a lagomorph? It's kind of like a rodent, but for minor technicalities. And so are you and I and every major nationality. We're garrulously social, antisocial personalities. Our conscience is a curiously useless abnormality. A useless abnormality, a useless abnormality. A growth of sort, a growth of sort, of course, we're lagomorphs. Unmitigated, unreserved, unquestionable excess. Larkiness, sharkiness, snarkiness, and selfishness. Flags of pure, unfettered brag.
Is that the headless president?
Max, 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 world.
Oh no.
I want a map of the Netherlands on my Netherlands.
Bosco. I think in general, Season 1 is pretty decent still. Has some real high points. Man, fucking Bosco. Bosco's the worst. Alright. Thanks everybody. We finished Season 1. Right now the plan is not to go into Season 2 immediately, but we will do it eventually. Also, my plan is I'm gonna rejigger the schedule a bit. I'm gonna swap Fridays and Saturdays. So I'm gonna play Pathologic on Saturdays, I think, because Pathologic is a very stressful game, and it's really hard to do it on Friday nights, like after a week of work and coming down. Yeah, trying to do that after a full work day is tough, which is why it hasn't happened that much. So I think I'll swap Pathologic to Saturdays and do some old game on Fridays that I haven't decided what. I have my big list I gotta look at, and I just haven't decided what it's gonna be, but we will get to Season 2. We'll probably just come back and do it after whatever the next game is after we finish it. So kind of alternate for a little bit. Tomorrow night, my plan right now is I'm gonna go back into Deadfire and try to beat the like the world bosses, the sort of optional Final Fantasy-esque sort of mega bosses that are in that game. So because I thought that would be fun to do with kind of all the end game stuff. So that's the plan for tomorrow. But otherwise, we are done with Deadfire, and the week after that, we will be starting Tyranny, which is much, much shorter. So that's good. And we're also almost done with Shadowrun Hong Kong with the epilogue campaign after the main game. So that'll be starting a new game soon too. Yeah, so schedule is also below the stream. I gotta get it updated though. You can follow for notifications when I go live. You could sub for emotes of my cats. Yeah, I saw you were playing Deadfire, Elvac, because I had the Steam, and it has the notifications with like your character and stuff, which was neat. I hope you are enjoying it. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out and chatting. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope it is fun for you, and hope you join me again in the future. Bye.
Until we meet again, I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together
In the box.
and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet